Do you like to drive fast? One bright sunny afternoon, I am cruising along the highway in Caracas, Venezuela, called La Cotamil, that crosses the entire city at 1,000 meters above sea level. I'm in a 1970 silver Mustang, thick tires, powerful engine, mirror-tinted windows so you couldn't see who was inside. When I hear, rum, another sports car. 3 young men about my age. I'm 18 years old, by the way. I go like, oh, not today, Nana. And then, rum. I go, rum. Why not? I'm kind of late for class. So off we go. We're down the highway, side by side, reaching the end of the highway. And I know we can't go into that curve at that speed. So we both began to slow down. And then my ego says, lower the window. Roll it down, it's a 1970s car, right? I wave. And they go, damn, it's a girl. Well, yes, my dad had taught that girl how to fix a car and how to drive it too. I could fix almost anything as he did. I didn't need a man. So I thought. Many years later, I am a successful corporate woman making a lot of money, married, 2 beautiful girls, the lifestyle, and my severe migraines, which a couple of times ended up in calls to EMT because I couldn't see. My health was suffering as much as my marriage. If anything broke in the house, I would get the toolbox and fix it. And I would say to my husband, yeah, of course I fixed it. I told you 2 days ago. Then we would be going to a party to have fun. And I would say, there is a shorter way, you know. I wanted to control everything and everyone. I was a dutiful mom full of shoulds and don'ts. Little by little, my husband and I were becoming roommates. I was in pain, but stoically hiding it. I looked for help for me, for us, and I found this event that he agreed to go to. And the speaker was telling this woman in the audience, you are controlling, critical. You are sad and unfulfilled because you're living mostly in your masculine energy and suppressing your feminine. By then, my tears were just flowing uncontrollably, and my husband and I met during the break. We were sitting separate, both with red puffy eyes, barely able to see each other in the eyes. And it took a couple of more years, and we finally got a divorce. The pain and the hurt of 23 years was too deep and for too long. Clearly, I was out of balance because being self-sufficient, ambitious, independent, an empowered woman, as they say, didn't mean I needed to be aggressive or want to push my husband away or say I didn't need a man. So I became obsessed with learning about feminine and masculine energy. I heard over 2,000 hours of podcasts, videos, audiobooks. I read 100 papers and other books. And I learned that the feminine and the masculine are present in men and women as well. They are polar opposites, but at the same time, they are complementary. We all need and should use both energies. And as energies, you can't see them, but you can see how they manifest like electricity on the light bulbs. Right? Creativity, inclusivity, receptivity, love, inclusion are some of the traits of the feminine energy. Single focus, problem solving, finding utility in things, and conquering are some of the traits of the masculine energy. And by the way, this has nothing to do with gender or gender preference. We all have these energies, we all need them, and we all need to use them equally. So then I decided to make my hobby my new career. And I became an actress. Corporate sales to acting. My mom wasn't too happy about that. Still isn't. But, so you probably all know that as actors, we use our bodies a lot to open up, to free ourselves. We are vulnerable every day. Auditions, rejections, auditions, rejections. And we say things we wouldn't dare say in real life. I learned that I was practicing, I was actually doing feminine energy without even knowing it through the acting. And I was doing it 5 days a week for 2 years. I learned that you can't think your way into the feminine. You have to feel it with every cell in your body. And that was what acting was doing for me. I was feeling everything intensely. One of the most valuable things I learned was about receiving. Every time I got a compliment after an exercise and people say, "Oh, that was great," I would go like, "Oh, no, no, but I think I should have, oh, maybe I could." And my teacher would say, "Nana, take it in. Shut up and listen. All you can say is thank you." All I can say is thank you. Well, it so happens that neuroscientist Dr. Andrew Huberman from the Huberman Lab podcast said it turns out that the most potent form of gratitude practice is not a gratitude practice where you give, but rather where you receive gratitude. He said that there were studies that showed very robust effects on the prefrontal networks that showed a much more potent event and effect when you receive gratitude, when you receive thanks, when you see someone receiving help. It is much better for your brain than giving gratitude, than giving thanks, than even making those long gratitude lists that we are told that we should do at night. Receiving is better. So learning that science has proven now that receiving has a much more beneficial impact on your brain than giving just shows scientifically that receiving is extremely important. Yet, to receive, especially from a man, it's one of the hardest things for most women today. Some of the women that I have helped report experiencing the same thing as I have. There is a sense of calm, ease, balance, when you use more of your feminine. One of them actually, during our session a couple of weeks ago, she said to me, "I thought I was never going to be able to work with those men without leaving the place on the verge of a panic attack. Now, I think they actually like me. And all I did was bring my masculine and my feminine to every sales visit." Sales visit. We think we can't do this in sales? Yes, we can. So can you. Ladies, becoming fully and completely aware. If you are solving problems most of the day, achieving goals, trying to control everything, finding what is useful instead of what is beautiful, you will be able to determine if you are mostly in your masculine energy. And if you are, you have to find this calm, ease, and relaxation through one of the greatest tools, which is receiving. There are many, but receiving is one of the most important ones. And once you receive, you open up. And of course, this is very important. If you are safe, and if you feel safe, this is a very important thing to consider. Allow yourself to receive everything that comes your way. A nice compliment, a ride back from, work to home. And if someone you love is trying to help you, and you usually say, "Oh, it's okay, I got it. No, don't worry." Just take a breath or two. If you feel this inkling and urge to say no, and look them straight in the eye and say, "Yes, I would love for you to help me. I promise you, a new relationship with that partner, a family or friend is on the other side of that yes." Receiving is essential for the feminine. And the feminine is essential for life. Masculine and feminine energies should be valued and used by all of us equally in order for us to contribute, to collaborate, to cooperate, and create a shared, beautiful world together. And I still like to drive fast, by the way. Thank you.